And the governor continued to point to the suspension being related to Warren's stance on prosecuting abortions. Besides that, he did not give any other instances of Warren's wrongdoing.
We now want to turn to I-Team investigator Kylie McGivern, who has more on what some law enforcement officials say led up to today's decision.
Governor Ron DeSantis said earlier this year he asked his staff to check in with communities across Florida to learn more about whether state attorneys were picking and choosing what crimes to prosecute.
The response that we got was a lot of frustration on the part of law enforcement for criminals being let go and crimes not being prosecuted. And so we looked into it and we compiled a lot of the record. And I can tell you it's been a very, very troubling record.
ABC Action News contacted Attorney General Ashley Moody's office and the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. Both directed us to the governor's office, with an HCSO spokesperson telling us the decision to suspend Warren was based in research done by the governor's office. We have requested those records and are waiting to hear back. In the governor's executive order of suspension for Andrew Warren, it says this is not prosecutorial discretion, but a blanket refusal to enforce a criminal law, pointing to presumptive non-enforcement for certain criminal violations, including trespassing at a business location, disorderly conduct, disorderly intoxication, and prostitution, culminating in not criminalizing abortions.
He was the only one that was making those types of declarations. He was the only one signing his name to letters that basically said, to hell with the people of Florida, I'm going to do what I want.
Former Tampa Police Chief Brian Dugan and Hillsborough County Sheriff Chad Chronister were among the law enforcement speakers at Thursday's news conference.
Empowering criminals through a lack of prosecution jeopardizes the safety of our Tampa Bay community and makes them even more brazen to commit additional crimes and continue to victimize the innocent.
We're working to get more specifics from the sheriff's office on examples given at the news conference where suspects were not prosecuted. Dugan pointed to Black Lives Matter protests.
You remember back during the riots, we arrested 67 people one night, and then a few weeks later, he has a press conference. And what does he say in his press conference? He says that there were no acts of violence, no property damage. He must not have read the police report.
Pasco County Sheriff Chris Nacco and Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd also spoke, but it's important to note Warren is not their state attorney. Reporting in the studio, investigative reporter Kylie McGivern.